What's up, everybody, man? We are back with another episode, man. I know my guy Tarrerdome wasn't there the other week, but it's good to have him back. And let's welcome my guy for his first spot again. Like, how you guys doing?
I wasn't gonna miss the night though. 1,000 apologies. Tarrerdome is not as young as he used to be, and the Z monster came and got me. Mr. Sandman had laid my wife down, and I was like, "Hey, I got to get on with CG and the boys. I'm hanging in there." And the last thing I remember was sending you the graphic. It was at 8:36 because I wanted to talk. It was something I wanted to talk about, and I woke up. It was 11. It was 11. And I watched my mom do that for years. She could just fall asleep just like that. And I was like, how can she sleep like that? But hey, man, you get a few years on you. Hey, it's real.
Listen, dude, you put me in a recliner, 10 minutes, I'm out.
Man.
It's like throwing a sheet over a bird cage, man. It's game over.
Father Time undefeated.
Absolutely.
Graveyard shift is undefeated, man. You can just fall asleep like a dead, like a zombie out there. But I get it, man. It could be tiring. Yeah. But hey, man, it's good to see you come into the show, and it's good to see Al once again, man. Like, for this topic, man, I know this is what we're talking to guys right now is the 49ers minicamp, man. This is just the topic of the day, man. Like we're like, I think a lot of people are kind of overreacting over the minicamp, you know, like, oh, Brock Purdy had an off day yesterday, he's looking spectacular and all this nonsense, you know. It's like, what are we overreacting, man? We need to see training camp first.
Yeah, no, listen, Brock threw like 2 or 3 picks. I mean, you heard Shanahan, you heard Saleh saying, yeah, this is all well and good, but the pads are going to come on in 40 days. Then we'll see where everybody's at. Like, don't get too hyped on the rookies. And everybody's, reporters are peppering them with questions. How does Huff look? How does the rookie class look? The rookie receivers and stuff. And there's only so much you can take away when there's no contact. They're playing 7-on-7, maybe some 11-on-11. It's all good, and Shanahan had the best soundbite when he said, listen, if Brock wasn't throwing interceptions, I'd be pissed because that means he's not testing his limits. He's not trying to see what he can get away with in live game action. Last minicamp was today. We got a big break until July, but everybody that walked into minicamp healthy walked out healthy. It's all that matters.
Oh, yeah, most definitely, man. Like, I think that's the most important key. And then, speaking of somebody, there's somebody that happens to coach Trent Williams. He's in the comments section. His name is Todd Newton.
There he is.
Hey, we just saw Trent Williams reported to the Niners OTAs and minicamp, so he's kind of been putting himself in shape. But this is the guy that coached him in junior high school.
Wow.
Nice. Glad to have you watching, bud.
Why it caught my attention? Because I saw him mention something. I had to look into it, and he happens to be from the same city that Trent came from.
All right.
So there's a lot of that kind of line right there. But, yeah, he's one of Trent Williams' coaches there. But I just wanted to put that out there.
Feel free if you see Trent to have him come to the Tarrerdome. That's a shameless plug. I learned from CG Ruthless. Hey, put it out there, man. They can't do nothing but say no.
No one's promoting for you, man.
But maybe in the near future, I might want to get him on just to see what he was coaching on this young kid. Man, he said he was coaching him before he was even the beast.
Wow, incredible athlete too, man. Trent can dunk. My cousin, shout out Terrence Terra, TMG, Terra Management Group. He's worked with him. He's gotten the interview with Spencer Burford, and those guys come down to Trent's house and train a lot of the new upcomers, particularly those around the Big 12. He's partial to those guys, and they come down and they kick it for 2 or 3 weeks during the summer and just have a awesome time. And really, it's some real conversations about, hey, that ain't little sisters of the poor y'all gonna be dealing with this year. Every week you're coming up. It'll be a TJ Watt. It'll be a Max Crosby. It'll be a Myles Garrett. Hold on tight and get right.
I mean, I was probably one of the very few persons who actually interviewed Spencer Burford before any of the Niner contents even got to it, man. Like, this guy, nobody even had him under the radar. But I think this would probably be the most underrated battle position, man, is the left guard position. Whoever plays next to Trent it should be like a simple job, right?
Oh, it's money. Great position.
Who do you guys feel like is better, Ben Barch, or you think Burford can move to the left side?
I like Barch when he is healthy. The one thing about Barch, the best ability is availability. And when he's out there, he shows me great savvy. He shows me a grit. He shows me he's a road grader. He shows me he's got some strength and some pop and some sizzle. The thing is, every time, man, Trent, Mr. Barch, he gets a little banged up, and then he's out there after a week or two. PFF says, "Oh man, y'all got to find here." So with that in mind, we probably need to look at the rookie. I'm looking at the depth chart, and it's that Connor Colby, man, watch out for him. He can slide on up there as well. And of course, I'm crazy about Mr. Spencer Burford, man. I know he had a rough play in the Super Bowl, well documented. Everybody knows, God, Jesus, and everybody. But I really like that young man. I do. Good guy. Good guy.
No, I mean, Spencer Burford is probably one of the nicest people I've ever interviewed. But I think as far as him, I think he needs to play alongside Trent's side, if I'm being honest. I think he plays better on the left side. Because I watch a lot of tape, dude. I watch a lot of offensive line tape. And when you saw Burford played at UTSA, he was playing on the left side. He was a left tackle, played some guard spots.
That's true. That's true.
Well, they're going to give him a long look and run at tackle. Like he was taking for however much you want to put stock in snaps at tackle in OTA, but with DJ Humphries backing out, he'll be battling with Austin Pleasance and Andre Dillard for the backup tackle spot. So he'll make the team. He's got flexibility. He can play both guard spots. He can play both tackle spots. Where is he going to play best? I don't know, because you got Pooney Manning right guard, and if I had to put money down, I'd say Barch is going to win the left guard spot, but maybe there's a little bit more competition coming from someone like a Nick Zakiel at guard. I mean, they didn't bring many more guards in. They brought Colby in, and they have an undrafted rookie free agent, Moss, out of Colorado State. So they're not going with high-profile players anywhere on
guys who fit the system.
Yeah.
I mean, if we wanted to go aggressive, we can just get Will Hernandez if we wanted to. That guy's a mauler. But
I like Dalton Reisner if he's still available, from former Bronco and Viking out of K-State. Shanahan and the O-line coach have a certain build that they want their O-linemen to have, obviously being
Chris Forster. They got what they do. I haven't agreed on a lot of it, but
with the Jake Brendel, man, I can't even get enough of this guy.
I ain't even gonna go into. I'm gonna be nice tonight. You're not goading me into it, CG. You're not goading me into it.
Jake Brendel is part of the one guy that's part of one of our weakest link for sure. But come on, man, what can we do? Can Matt Hennessy step up his game a little bit?
Farsa apparently Brendel apparently had one of his best years last year.
When will Nick
Forrester, not according to PFF, but according to Forrester. I know,
and not according to the film. Every week I would go back and look at it, and I'm like, what in the world is going on? How are they continuously saying this guy's this guy's that? No, he's not. He's turned around. He's looking at Brock get sacked by his man. It was rough. It was rough, Al. It was rough.
No, it's gonna be. Listen, Matt Hennessy. I think Kyle a couple weeks ago say it's Jake Brendel's job to lose. I don't think anybody looks at this as a competition at center. There's a competition at left guard. There's no competition at center.
No,
unless the only way, unless someone gets hurt, say Brendel tweaks an ankle or a hamstring, Hennessy comes in and rocks out in preseason training. He could win the job just like Pooney did last year. That's the only way, though.
Yeah, if injuries happen, but I don't think it's going to happen with Brendel. I think this is the problem: is Chris Forrester is still going to say, "Hey, he's the best damn center." He even talked about how good he was last year.
Yep,
the film don't lie. He looks terrible. You want the link?
I'm looking in my chat there, man, and I see Dion Niner Gang podcast said the only good thing about Brendel is he went to UCLA, and my boy's from LA, and he's other than that he's trash.
I got his number. Yeah, I'll just send the link to Dion. I still got. Hey, just
Dion, get on in. Dion, no one has ever said in the history of man. I wonder how Dion feels.
I was trying to see if I can get him into the show again, but it's like his schedule. You got to like figure out what works for him. But I guess this is a perfect time to get him on.
Yeah, he'd be working. Just like the kids.
Shout
out hey, that goes my main man, Spongy. Philly special cards. I like Spongy. Spongy is where I was at 14 years old, a football savant, just loving all the stats and everything that goes into the team and everything. So I'm cool with him. Kenny, what's going on, man? Good to see you today. I thought my cousin Val was in here. Hey, Val. What you doing, Val? Jerry G. Shout out to all y'all, man. Thank y'all for coming on and cooking it with the Tarrerdome. CG.
All right, Theon. I should be able to send you the link on your cell phone. You should be able to jump in. All right, you got a text in there, dude. So let's see if you get back to me on that one. But yeah, let's talk about the other positions, dude. Like thoughts of the press conference. When Kyle Shanahan was talking, as far like he looks like as confident as he's ever felt. Like since then, but then he was talking about Bryce Huff, like another D Ford.
Bryce Huff gets off the ball.
Depends what D Ford he's talking about, man. If it's the pre-injury, that's fine. I mean, he was talking, and even Salah, like he's got the best get off since D Ford back in 2019, and that's fine. I mean, he's not coming in here. He's not an early down rusher. He's going to be third down, pin your ears back, passing situations. Don't worry about the run. Just get after the quarterback. So. Great trade. I'll say right now, looks like it's a pretty good trade. You're only giving up a day 3 pick. D Ford was a second round pick and he was damaged goods. And it looks like based on his contract, they'll have him beyond this year for at least next year too. So the D line got, totally revamped. 4 of the 9 or 10 D linemen that are going to make this team are brand new this year. And Sal is making the calls. It should be a bounce back year for the D, man.
Yeah, it should. But then you look at the rest of the positions, like the secondary. I think everybody's kind of overlooking our secondary this year. Like, the person who's kind of making noise is Upton Stout, man. He hasn't given up.
Upton Stout. Short but stout. Upton Stout, man. I know he's only 5'8", but he's got a presence. He's got a presence, and every now and again you get that guy. And I think we might have bottled lightning with Upton Stout, man. Every report I get, and I depend on the great beat writers of the San Francisco 49er content creator universe, the Larry Krugers, the Grant Cohens, and Brad Graham. They come back every practice and say, hey, this guy's moving around. This guy's doing that. I'm hearing wonderful things about Upton Stout, man. He's some guys just got it, and it seems like he has it. He wants to get in here.
He's confident.
That's what you need.
He's kind of like Lenore in a way. Like how Lenore, it took him some time to get that confidence a little bit.
Yep.
Exactly.
But I think you're getting the early part.
If you're going to be small and feisty, you got to be fearless. I mean, if you're a football player, you should be fearless anyway, man. That game's not for the weak of heart. But if you're 5'8", 5'9", he's throwing his body around. And between Stout, Trey Brown coming over from Seattle, and Demo, they got options in the slot, right? Like, so I mean, Renardo Green's going to be outside. Demo could play outside. Brown could play outside. Stout could play. I mean, but they can mix and match now. But they do have those 3 small corners at 5'10" or smaller between Brown. So they ain't going to be winning many jump balls, but at least they got
Don't put it up high.
Don't put it up high. Nope.
Yeah, I mean, the talent's there. I mean, I guess you look at how he plays, like in the competition he competes in, like Western Kentucky, like the competition he plays, like those small schools. But I think he kind of translates pretty well. But Trey Brown, I think when you look at Trey Brown's tape, like if we're going to look at last season, I kind of erased that part because it was a different kind of defensive scheme of what they did in Seattle, because he played under Pete Carroll's defense where it was a really good fit for this guy, because he had that pick 6 against the Lions, if I remember correctly. And he kind of put Chase, or what is it, Jamar Chase on lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So I think in this scheme, he's going to
hollowed numbers there, CG. Hollowed numbers there. When you go against those, it's like big game hunting. When you can put those pelts on the wall about, I took down a saber-toothed tiger back in 2000. It means a lot. It means a lot. And Jamar Chase is the ultimate in big game hunting. And he did a fine job against them, man. We just need the consistency. Every now and again, every player will run up on, a 4-leaf clover in a rainbow, but you got to get those ones who can do it on a consistent basis. And it takes just a good program, a good system form that fits their eyes. And man, you're catching lightning in the bottle.
Yep. What's our thoughts on the safeties? I mean, since we're already going to listen to the audience on this one, I think we got a lot to talk about, man. These two of our starters are going to miss time. I think Jair Brown is going to be back for training camp.
I think CJ, I think we talked about this, I think last week. I think there's a lot of people out there saying, where's, Julian Blackmon from the Colts, Justin Simmons, they're out there bringing a free agent safety. And I keep going to, this is like the opposite of recency bias or what have you done for me lately? If Jason Pinnock was signed 2 weeks ago, people will be, Niners finally solved their veteran safety problem. But the fact that they signed him a week into free agency, I think people are forgetting they brought him in. They brought Grant in from the Falcons. They brought 2 veteran safeties in. And Mustafa's hurt. I get it. But between who's on the roster now, I think the safeties are in a better spot than people think. Now, if they didn't sign Pinnock and Grant, totally different story. If they were just rolling with Odom and Jair Brown and Jalen Mahoney and Siegel, who's banged up, the 5th round draft pick out of Kansas State, I think safety's in a much better. Now, could they add somebody? Sure. Just like they could add somebody at receiver. They actually did add someone at receiver last week, but a youngster, not a $10 million receiver. They're not going to go that route. I can't see it. I think it's in a better spot than kind of people think. Now, if somebody gets hurt in training camp, now all bets are off.
Now you got to do what you got to do. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but you got to look at the guys who are going to be fresh. But we all know Mustafa will probably return later in the season, so that's not going to be like. But for Jair Brown, he's already recovering from the ankle surgery that he had, so that's going to give him time until training camp. And
I heard Mustafa's not going to be available week 1. That's
more than likely he's probably going to be on the PUP for right now.
Okay.
So I saw someplace on Twitter that it wasn't. I mean, granted, it contradicted every other report I saw that it was not an ACL tear, that it was some sort of the word was like aggravation of the knee where he had an ACL injury previously, but like we've all heard he tore his ACL. Right?
That's what I heard. The last game of the year against who was it? The Cardinals.
Yeah,
which was a surprise to me. Nobody had mentioned this until it was a couple of months ago or something, just around the draft or something. They said, in a related story, Mustafa tore his ACL. I'm like, whoa.
It was like something out of nowhere.
Yeah, and people, I'm sure like as fans, we want to know, especially to a starter, right? A promising second-year player if they're injured or not, but the Niners owe us nothing. Like, what does it gain San Francisco to get out there? Oh, Malik Mustafa had an ACL tear in the knee. That, not that it swayed their draft plans. They didn't draft the safety until the 5th round, but they don't need to give anybody any intel. And think about it this way too. Mustafa didn't put anything out there. He didn't say there was nothing on Instagram, Twitter about, guys, rehabbing from the knee, nothing. So he was on board too.
Let's welcome my old co-host from the 49ers Round Check. We've got to welcome the OG 49er Game Podcast, Dion, bro. It's good to see you.
What's going on, man?
Thank y'all, 49ers.
Light skin mafia in the building.
What you got to say on your mind, bro?
Bring the unit to attention
right now.
Man, we got the Pastor TD in the house.
Amen, man. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you.
CG, the O-line expert, 49ers Plus Pod. Nice to meet you, brother.
You too, buddy.
He's the wisdom of our community, man, but he's underrated, man. You got to check him out, man. He puts good analysts and breakdowns and all kinds of stuff.
I see him. I see that flag in the background. Who's that for? That's a fallen soldier there.
As my grandfather passed away several years ago, but was a veteran of World War II.
World War II. There he is.
Appreciate his
Army or Marines?
Army. Yeah.
My dad's
great man. Airborne? Was he airborne?
No, ground infantry. Yeah.
Okay. Well, nobody's perfect. No, I'm just kidding.
TD, don't start with the military. Man, I can go for days on that. That's real.
We just had Big Duke 6. We just had the president down here at Fort Bragg at my job, and regardless of political affiliation, man, it was good seeing 20,000 of America's finest out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he had a hat. I gotta admit, he had a hat that I got to get. It was that burgundy maroon that we use for our berets, and that thing looked tight, man. He's out there doing Macho Man and everything else. It was pretty dope.
Oh, I think he was asking about this one about your was your grandfather
like Marines and what you mean today?
Yes, sir. Iwo Jima, baby. It was the big one, Corky, when they're putting up the flag. Those are Marines there.
Yeah.
That's Iwo Jima. From the
my coach served in the military too once upon a time before he became our coach, but he was from Washington, but he was like one of those military guys. He has it on one of his classrooms before I even graduated, dude. He had it for a long time. Like when you looked at his classroom, it would show military stuff. And it's something you gotta always respect. You gotta always respect
people
who serve their country discipline. Because they fought for everybody else.
I'm a fourth generation paratrooper and airborne, man. I got a stepdaughter who's in right now. He's 7, and it's a lot of people from a lot of walks of life. Hey, CG, Dion, you gonna like this one. Did y'all know that Bobby Womack was a paratrooper down here at Fort Bragg in the 82nd Airborne?
Okay.
Right?
All right.
It is rumored he hid $1 million somewhere on base. Do you know where it is?
I'd love to know where it is.
I like to know where it is.
No, I messed up the joke. No, Lou Rawls was an 82nd Airborne.
I knew that about Lou.
Okay, and he hid $1 million down here. You know where it is? You'll never find.
This guy.
Hey, but let's get Dion's take on the mini campaigns. I know we're all talking
You'll never find
all this nonsense, but let's get him up to speed.
Me personally,
you got that voice to match it, baby.
I think minicamp has gone fairly well. Not mad at anything. Don't like to see that we don't have certain players on the field, especially some of these rookies. Haven't seen Siegel, haven't seen Collins. And I need to see Collins. That's a massive human being. Pause. Like that's a grown man out there. Like I saw him standing on the sidelines without pads, and he looked like he had pads on. That's a big boy.
Pause.
Yeah, pause. Yeah, but it just for me, my thing is when we get into training camp, is everyone healthy?
Yep.
Ricky was a little nicked up. We didn't see a little bit of this person, a little bit of that person. They pretty much didn't even have Trent practicing because of his back. I don't want to go into training camp with a bunch of injuries and a bunch of guys missing outside of the guys we already know who will be missing, i.e. Brandon Ayuk, Malik Mustafa, guys like that. We already know we won't see them till about mid-year. I'm not tripping off those dudes, but guys that just walked in the building, for me, it goes back to I don't like that we seem to always get this love for people who are hurt. And I don't know why.
Well, I'm with you. The last part, what you said, I was just going to ask, do you take exception? Do you care at all that they drafted Collins knowing he had a foot issue?
It drives me insane.
They drafted Siegel.
Right.
Well, I don't even know what Siegel's injury is.
They never even said what his injury is.
Oh, man.
No one knows.
Nothing. That's not even on
That's that Trent Baalke stuff, man.
And Trent
Baalke. Oh, yeah, let's get the guys who's got knee injuries so we can pay them a little less. Man.
Yeah, I can't. Don't. For me, there's several things. Yeah, there's several things that have been happening during this regime with Kyle and John that annoy me. Number one, drafting injured players. Why did we get rid of DeForest Buckner and draft Javon Kinlaw? It's in the past, so I'm going to move the heck on. But at the end of the day, we all see how that turned out, right? Why did we get Kalia Davis? For what? He's done nothing.
He's been injured a lot.
Yeah, and that exactly. So once again, and when we drafted him, we redshirted him. Like I think John has a very soft spot for players because he was one, and that's good and bad. It can help you communicate with players a lot better. It can help you help them understand the business of things. but it can also be a hindrance in you picking players, out of your love for them. We all know Solomon Thomas. The only reason we drafted Solomon Thomas was strictly based on the fact that he went to Stanford, because every scout we had told them, no, this guy does not fit the system. Don't draft him. And what happened? John was like, hey, man, I give us fellow Cardinal, baby. We got to help him out. Look, okay, and the only thing that Solomon Thomas did was stand there looking like a damn cardinal tree.
Are you saying that's the only reason they traded for McCaffrey, because he's from Stanford?
No.
Same deal.
No. That's a good one. That's a good one. But no, my thing is, and the other thing that irks me is drafting running backs. Why? I challenge anybody on this panel right now to tell me a running back that we drafted that's worked out. Pause. And I'll wait, because you can't.
You know how that go.
You can't. And see, I'm type. What you'll learn about me, Pod. What's your name, man? I don't want to keep calling you Pod.
Bro. Oh, Al.
Huh? Alan?
Al.
Like Al, be sure.
Okay.
Like Al.
You know what it is. You know what it is, light skin.
Hey, he's the Vic Fangio there.
I'm trying to blend in.
The Vic Fangio.
There it is. Al, I'm a realistic dude, and I only give you facts. Every running back we drafted has been garbage. The jury's still out on Isaac Guerrero because we really don't know.
He showcased pretty decent, but
every running back we drafted, garbage or gone. And I'm really sad for Jordan James. I feel bad for the kid. You know why? We drafted him. But
Jordan James, yeah.
I like Corey Kiner. I like him. You know
Corey
why?
Kind of looks like the real deal compared to Jordan James.
He could be running back.
Conventional wisdom says that Corey Kiner is going to do better than Jordan James.
Just like Jordan
because
Mason.
he's the undrafted
Jordan
guy.
Mason was undrafted, dude. He did better than those
happens like that every time for us. Every time.
But at least they waited. At least they waited till day 3 to go.
Joe Williams was a perfect example. Disappointment.
They didn't move up this time. Now they didn't move up and get guys.
Whenever we draft a running back, they turn out to be nothing. Whenever we take an undrafted free agent running back, we turn them into a star. I don't give Kyle credit for a lot, Al. I don't.
It was Roger Craig who was.
But I will tell you this: with undrafted running backs, him and Bobby T just know what they're doing.
They can turn a star.
The list will go on forever.
Yeah, we do.
Very rare that I give Kyle credit, but I'm gonna tell you right now, damn it.
I ready to get off as a lineman.
Undrafted free agent running back, and they turned into a damn star.
I'm so glad you said that. Listen, the running back thing, nobody could dispute that the undrafteds have been doing better than the drafteds, right? The thing that that's driven me crazy, between the Joe Williams and the Trey Sermon and the Ty Davis Price, is this was all pre-McCaffrey. And we know Kyle tried to get Jet McKinnon in that McCaffrey role. He blew out his knee, was never the same, goes to Chiefs, naturally wins a goddamn Super Bowl or 2, however many it was. But if you're going to, I don't care if you're going to draft a running back, 5th, 6th, 7th, 3rd round, and you're looking for a dual threat back, why are you not drafting dual threat backs? Ty Davis Price was a thumper. Trey Sermon was a thumper. Even Elijah Mitchell to a point was not that, I don't care when you take them, even undrafted, but how have they not before McCaffrey attempted to get at least one running back in that mold? That's the infuriating thing.
It's so great to have someone else outside of CG and TD who share my sentiment, because it's just the frustrating part about it is knowing what works. And here's my biggest thing, and this is the reason, everybody is high on Jordan James. I saw the film. I like the kid. I like what he brings to the table. He looked like a good back. Here's the problem. We have a head coach who has no idea how to tell CMC to sit down.
Or at least try to do the running back by committee.
He ain't doing that.
He did running back by committee. He did running back by committee all these years. The minute Christian got here, he eliminated that.
He keeps giving him the touches.
When he came back last year, the first thing I said was, I hope Kyle doesn't run him into the ground.
Oh, game one.
What did Kyle do?
Yeah.
He ran him
Kyle kept doing it until the 4th game of the season. That's when he got hurt.
And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, what is it about Kyle Shanahan that people seem to keep giving him a pass on the stupid things that he does, and they only see the greatness? I'll give you a little tidbit. I was talking to a Raider fan in the gym the other day. He loved Kyle Shanahan. He think Kyle Shanahan can do no wrong.
Oh yeah.
I had to remind him. Do you know that Kyle Shanahan is literally the worst head coach in 49ers history?
Woo! Hot take there.
He is literally the worst.
The comments expressed by Dion do not necessarily reflect those of.
I mean, I would say
Dennis
I wouldn't say
Erickson.
like
My
the
comments
worst.
to
I mean, when it
to
comes
any
to
and
clock
everyone
management
here,
in the Super
my
Bowl, you can
comments
say
are
he
my
was the
comments.
worst at clock
That does
management.
not mean
But
that
come
that
on,
goes
man,
to
he's
CG
winning.
Ruthless. It don't go to Al, and it definitely don't go to my man TD. Y'all know me, and y'all know I keep it a thou wow. It's very simple. I'm giving what I do is hurt people's feelings because I'm giving you facts.
You speak how you want to
can't
speak, bro,
disprove
which I respect.
anything that I'm saying, and that's what bothers people. They
The
get
Kyle
mad
thing-
when I bring that up because Kyle Shanahan is
Kyle's
literally
problem
a
is
50-50
clock
dude.
management, or
The
else he
man
would be a
has
damn
had
good
4
coach. But
winning
I would
seasons,
have to
4
be
losing
in the
seasons.
middle, like you said. He has to win a Super Bowl.
He has not. Kyle
And he has
Shanahan
not.
is
Twice
the opposite
failed.
of his father. He literally has lost 1 as a coordinator and lost 2 as a head coach. His father turned that around.
Yep.
Last Super Bowl we won, who was our coordinator? Mike Shanahan. Then what did he do in Denver? Win 2.
Yep.
So for me, it's get over the hump, bro.
You gotta get over
there.
the hump, and it's got to do
I
with
don't
clock
care.
management. He
If
doesn't
you
know
get
how
over
to
the
be
hump,
smart. Like,
I promise you,
why
I
not
will
run the
shut
ball?
up. I will
He
never
was-
say anything.
Now, Dion, I got to push back and say, come on now, Jim Tom Sula.
See, he doesn't like that when you gotta go back.
I mean, when you say the worst now, the worst.
No,
Come on.
Hey, why not just bring
Jim
it up?
Thompson.
I'm basing
the
that
worst
off.
successful
I'm basing that off record.
Mike Nolan, man. Mike Nolan.
I'm basing
Mike
once again, I'm
Singletary,
basing
man,
it
I
off
want winners.
His record. Literally, as a head coach for the 49ers, anybody out there think I'm lying, look it up. He literally is the worst head coach based off of his record that the 49ers have ever had. And this is, I'm just telling you.
Dennis Erickson was the worst.
That's literally, I mean, now you.
Now, like Coach Erickson, Coach Erickson, shout out to Coach Erickson. The comments expressed by CG do not necessarily reflect those of Tarrerdome. Coach Erickson sent me something when I was in high school. I wanted to play for the U better than anything else. Coach Erickson.
Oh, because he won a championship in Miami.
Hey, Coach Erickson.
But
I didn't say it.
What I'm saying is,
he coached the Rock.
I'm just saying this based off of his actual full record as a head coach for the San Francisco 49ers. If you look in our history, he is the worst head coach based on that. I am not saying he's the worst head coach we've ever had. I'm saying based off of his record, this is a fact. He is the worst head coach we've ever had. And nobody can dispute that because it's the truth.
Dion, Jim Tansula farted at the press conference.
I don't care. And Mike Singletary,
what I like about it, man.
his ass and said he want winners.
But it wasn't on camera though.
No, Mike Singletary was on camera when he did that. He was on camera. He pulled his pants down, smacked his butt, and said, "I want winners." That was right. I think that was right after the game. He ejected.
I haven't seen any film with Mike smacking his butt.
Dead serious.
Pause. But I heard that fight at Jim Tom Sula, and he tried to play it all like.
Oh, man. hey, let me ask you guys a straight up question.
Hold on.
Would you take Kyle over Harbaugh?
Let me say
I'd take Harbaugh all day, bro. At least the players would fight.
Harbaugh's my guy. Harbaugh's my guy.
I'm gonna give you one specific reason why I'll take Harbaugh because
Harbaugh will not play around, dude. Kyle's cool. Don't get me wrong.
He addresses the O-line.
Gets the intensity.
We have no business with anybody else when it comes to that. But back to the mini camp thing, I'm very happy with a lot of these rookies. I'm hearing a lot of great things from the coaches. That's fantastic. I think the defense is going to be well improved. Hearing a lot of great things about Upton Stout and Nick Martin. Good things about Michael. Good things about CJ West, who looks like a nice. He looks like a beautiful DT. I like him. Big haul. just mauler. Like that's the DT I like. I like a defensive tackle that gets in there like that. Like one of my favorite DTs is Vita Vea. Because you know what? You ain't getting past him. Go ahead and try. He gonna hug you and laugh at you as your feet are in the air because you're not going anywhere. You're not getting past Vita Vea.
Shout out to Red Jet. Red Jet, give me a 5x5 if that's improved.
Jet now. Oh, what was you gonna say, Al? What you got?
I was gonna say, well, I want to go back to one Kyle thing, but I don't want to give anybody a seizure mentioning his name, especially I just mentioned. I don't want you to go to the one thing though, and this is not a good thing, right? Is Kyle's consistent with that one running back stuff because even when CMC went out last year, it was all Jordan Mason until he got hurt. Then it was all Garendo till he got hurt. And then last week of the season, it was Patrick Taylor running over 100 yards. I don't know. So I don't know if his philosophy's changed. He's come out and said, we are not a multi-running back team. But that's what he was. To your point, 2019, it was Mostert having big games. It was Breida coming in. It was Wilson coming in.
Kevin Coleman.
Yeah, thank you. Exactly. Coleman. So it's like, what? Not that you're wasting a 5th-round pick on Jordan James, but that running back 3 is going to need to play special teams. You know he's not going to get any carries.
Nope.
But I guess Shanahan's thinking, well, it's just going to be another year. We're going to be burning through running backs. People's going to get hurt, so we might as well just have as many bodies as we can. He's got to just go back to distributing the rock a little bit differently, whether it's 15 for McCaffrey, 5 to 7 for Garendo, give Brock a couple, give James a couple. You know, give teams a different look. You know, McCaffrey's not a power back anymore, and maybe Garendo isn't either.
It's like a pitcher. You need to change it. You can't be all fastball. You got to have a change up. You got to have a slider. You got to have an inside. And shout out to the San Francisco Giants. They done won 6 in a row. I'm just saying.
They still ain't as good as my Dodgers.
I agree totally with you.
They still ain't as good as my Dodgers. They know they ain't.
I'm an Atlanta Brave. I'm an Atlanta Brave. Came up on they were sorry back in the day, man. We had
Acuna, Dale Murphy. Acuna looking good now. That's my dog. I love me some Ronald Acuna. That's my dog. But to your point there, Al, I think it's very simple. I guess he has changed it to a one back type of system. But what you're saying is the logic that we all arrive at. Spell the guy. It's not hard to look at him and say, hey, you got 20. That's your max. After that, you're going to have to sit down. Like, we're not overloading him.
I will say
we don't. Go ahead.
Now, Kyle puts in the caveat, too, and what they have to understand is that the blocking assignments, you have to know your blocking assignments, and you have to block relatively well in the protections of – it ain't scat protection. I think we call that queen when the running back stays in, or we call it check and go Chicago when they check, see if the mic is coming, and then they release. A lot of running backs don't like to block. Let's just be honest, y'all. If you play high school, Pop Warner, middle school, whatever, running back says, "Hey, man, my neck hurt. I don't really do
no block, man." It applies to receivers. It should apply to backs too.
Yeah, I'm going to say this. One thing I respect Kyle for is he will tell you, hey, you ain't blocking, you ain't playing.
Yep.
You remember Danny Gray a couple years ago said, what? No block, no rock.
No block, no rock.
So I give Kyle credit for certain things that he does, and it's cool. My only knock on Kyle is you can't win the big one, and you're trashing the fourth quarter. Those are the two things that I cannot stand. And the fourth quarter is where you need to shine, and inclement weather. If it's raining, you can forget it. We're going to take that L. Kyle don't know how to play. I don't know what it is. I don't know why it is. But when he does it in the rain, it just seems to screw up.
How bad do you think it's going to be in Cleveland, dude?
Say what?
How bad do you think that weather will be in Cleveland? Because we're going to play over there.
What's it in November? Cleveland in November and December?
How you think it's
going to go, CG?
Did Al want to say something? My bad.
No, I'm going to say that's an L. That's
an L. Yeah.
Oh yeah, bad weather.
You don't play good in inclement weather.
Al, you already chalking it up. You already giving it an L.
I couldn't figure out. That's an L, bro. It is.
Dude, we haven't won in Cleveland since 1984.
I know, man. We got one last one. Moody missed the kick. And speaking of which, man, I'm hearing
let's say hello to Twin Empire,
Greg Joseph is kicking that thing around.
Long time no see, man.
What up, Twin?
brother, man. What's up, man?
So look,
no, Corky, not doing that.
Hey, look,
not doing that.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Al, Twin got the best beard in all the 49ers content.
Yeah, it's over.
That man's beard is immaculate. I'll give him that much.
Beautiful.
I try to grow mine a little bit. It's like comparing George Michael to ZZ Top.
I got less hair on my head.
But I what I want to see, honestly, is I'm curious to see how is it Upton Stout that's playing in the slot, or is it it's Upton Stout.
Yeah,
I'm curious to see how well he does in that slot, because that's great for us if we can kick Demo outside and have him in the slot, because I think it'll be great. I love what I'm hearing about Jordan Watkins. I've heard nothing but really good things about that kid. I love what I'm hearing about Jacob Cowing. I'm actually kind of happy that Pearsall isn't there to take up the reps, because what people don't understand is Jacob Cowing had several small plays last year, but they were big.
He could have played more snaps.
And they were wow plays. Like, wait a minute. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, Kyle, you just saw what happened. What are you doing? And you couldn't get, I'm telling you right now, the number one thing that is hard to understand is, why do you not let this guy on the field when you know he's dynamic like that? You've got to give him a shot. You can't keep going, I don't play rookies. I don't play rookies. I don't play rookies. You needed a spark. And Jacob Cowing possibly could have been that dude, but you wouldn't let him on the field. And anybody out there that tells me, and I don't even believe Kyle, because
he should have played more.
Yes, Kyle controls who gets on that field and who doesn't. When he sets up there and puts it on the position coaches, that is a full-on lie. He knows who's in that game. He knows who's out of that game. I watched CMC come out for one drive, and I remember him wasting a timeout because he didn't want Jordan Mason on the field. He wanted to have CMC in there, and CMC didn't do nothing. He was a decoy. George could be a decoy. It's not hard.
They try to put Debo as a running back out there too, which
and
was
Debo, you know what? Debo, I wish you the best in Washington. I hope you do well, but goodbye and good riddance. I don't need a player who can't stay healthy. I don't need a player who runs himself into the ground. There are times, bro, when you just don't need to make contact. I'll tell you this. Chris Johnson used to get a lot of flack in his career because everybody would say he ran out of bounds. Chris Johnson said on the pivot, I was extending my career. I am not going to take a hit that I don't need to take. He said, if it's me, you, and that goal line, we going at it. He said, but if it's me, you, and 1 or 2 yards, I'm not doing that. I'm going to go in there and go out of bounds. I'm extending my career. That's less tread on my tires. That's less abuse on my body. I remember
sometimes you got to wear a leather outfit though to the game, and that makes you cool.
Look, man. Some of the stuff,
a leather short set.
Some of the crap these people wear. Look, man, we got some real issues out here. These are some serious fashion faux pas with half the stuff they be wearing. Okay, LeBron James should have never put that damn short suit on. You look ridiculous. You are 6'8", 260 pounds. You're too damn big to be wearing that. What are you doing? You out here looking stupid. Like shorts. Sir, no. Some of these cats be coming to the game looking flat out ridiculous. I'm like, and you pulled that out of the closet and somebody told you this was okay? Okay, look, now, I don't know about all that, okay? But I want to see what we hold in training camp. And in training camp, my number one thing is I want everyone healthy, ready to go. Yes. Whatever you got to do, whatever you got to do in this 40 days away, please do it. Rehab, do whatever you got to do. I don't care. But come in there healthy, ready to go. And I want our preseason to be a showcase of these rookies. Mm-hmm. I want these dudes to go in there and play like their life depend on it, because it does. Your contract can be up. You can get cut and you don't know. But I really want that for these dudes. And to be honest with you, the person that I really want to see, honestly, out of all of the guys that we drafted, I need to see Michael Williams do something. I want him to get on that field and really do something, because What it tells me is we drafted Michael Williams in the first round, then we went and got Bryce Huff, and now everybody is on his nuts. Pause. Everybody loved Bryce Huff. Oh, look at this kid!
And you can do that swing on my nuts.
He's so quick and he's so fast, and we just love everything. Let me explain something to you. Bryce Huff's best season was 10 sacks. Do you know who gave us 8 to 10 sacks? It was Leonard Floyd. So what's the damn difference?
Oh, I thought you were going to say, my man, who was our interior we got from Philly last time? Because people are drawing comparisons.
Hargrave ain't worth nothing.
Hargrave, yeah, the grade.
And how do you guys feel about the linebackers, man? How do you feel about D. Winters and Nick Martin going at it?
I'm gonna tell you right now. D. Winters to put Nick Martin to put D. Winters on notice. I'm coming for you, Jack.
Winter can cover, man.
No, I'm not knocking Winters. I like him. I want Winters to be the starter opposite Fred. But I'm telling you, Nick Martin is basically saying you ain't finna just.
Can Nick Martin do well in coverage?
This ain't your job. I'm coming for your job, and I love the competition.
He's physical.
I want you to go out there and try to take that man's job because that's how you want.
Yep.
I want my backup to be a starter elsewhere.
Oh, agreed.
And shout out to my man 49er Media. I know it breaks his heart to see somebody else wearing number 45 instead of Demetrius Flanagan Fowles. That was his
that Flanagan Fowles guy.
It is what it is. DFF
Flanagan Fowles,
goodbye, good riddance. He wasn't worth a dime anyway.
Yeah, Flanagan Fowles had what we call slew feet. The feet that point you're walking north and south, but the feet are pointing east and west. And,
oh my goodness.
Every time I looked at it, I said, oh, he just don't walk like, as Jay-Z said, I walk like a ball player. It's a gait. It's a gait that a ball player has, whether he's on the court, whether he's Tiger Woods walking in golf, whether it's Denzel walking down on Man on Fire. It's a gait that a guy has, and when you got them slew feet, man, it just like
converted safety. Don't
you're getting picked last.
Let me ask y'all a question. CMC over 1,000 yards, under 1,000.
Healthy
over 1,000 this year.
I would think over 1,000, but I would think he would already be at the 1,200 mark.
Sky's the limit for CMC.
I'm gonna tell you this.
And this is something I brought up. I was just on shout out East Coast Red and Gold with Jess and Ty Austin and the crew. They were talking about Isaac Guerrero, and Isaac Guerrero is an excellent athlete and can catch out in the backfield.
Yes.
He is really, really good, but he doesn't have innate instinctive running back feel.
Yeah.
He can't.
He's more of a receiver.
It's something you a running back just has that he can see peripherally really, really good. He can get to a hole, be slow to it and fast through it. And he just knows to put moves. It's just a shake about a running back. Isaac Guerrero don't really have that. CMC does. CMC has that innate ability, whether it was genetics, whether it's in his dad, whether his plan pick up and run when he was a kid. He just got that. And I gotta side with CMC on this one.
Well, to Deion's earlier point, I mean, it's another iffy running back pick, right? The only thing that's saving it now, obviously the speed, but then he showed much better hands and route running than I think anybody. You were sending him on wheel routes. The craziest thing that drives me wild is when people say like, oh, some running backs have hands and some don't. Like, and I get that. You could play Madden and you could tell who can catch you. These are young men and boys that have been playing football since they were 5 years old. You can't tell them you can't catch a goddamn football. How does that work?
Say it out. Can't tell me. You've been playing since 5. You can't catch it.
Yeah,
the new Vapor Jet gloves that are just made for catching. I wish we had them in my day.
It sticks to your glove. It's almost hard to drop the ball. I would say
they're really good. Those Vapor Jet.
I'm gonna ask y'all all to give me one player that y'all want to see just explode this year. But I'm gonna give you mine first.
Okay, we'll go with
and his name. I call him Jawan Mother Jennings.
Yeah,
damn, he stole mine.
Let me tell you something. JJ getting the 1K this year, baby. He getting his 1K. Stop playing with that man.
Damn you.
He just can't get his ass thrown out again this year.
You know the hard part?
Hey, I like that choice, bro.
He gone
Juwan
next
is
year.
my guy.
He's gone next year.
Can't go wrong with. Okay,
He's gone.
so if I had to choose a
We
breakout
can't pay
player,
him.
I'll give
JJ
you a
to show
breakout
way
player.
too much because
This guy's
that's
under
what
my
happened
radar.
with Jordan Mason.
This guy's
That's why
gonna
Mason
surprise
gone.
you guys.
That's
I'm
why
gonna
Mason in
say-
Minnesota. He
I'm gonna
showed
say
too much.
D Winters, man. Don't sleep on this guy.
D Winners in the house. All right, CG got D Winners.
Hey,
Al,
he's
you go
more
ahead,
advanced in
man.
coverage. He kind of looks like he's getting better, but Nick Martin, you might be right. But I think Winters is my sleeper.
That
Okay,
so if you want to go
who's you got?
sleeper that's going to start or explode on the scene, I'm going to go Jason Pinnock, man. Like I've been banging that drum for a couple months. Like he's going to slot in. He's going to slot in as a starter, and then when Mustafa comes back, Jair Brown's on the bench. That's what should be happening. He's a 3-year starter at safety, man. Like there's too much talent there to have anybody like
He got beat out with the
Which
Jets.
is gonna surprise you,
He
bro.
got beat out in New York.
I like it.
He got beat
the
out and
Jets
put
or
on
the
the bench.
Giants?
All right, Tarrerdome, who you got?
For me, ladies and gentlemen, been watching him talk. I've been looking at his play. I've been following him in the draft. CJ West is going to serve notice in the National Football League that business starts here. As Big Red would say, my office hours are from 9 to 5. You get ready to have problems with Mr. CJ West.
I told you that's a big haul. And you got see, here's the thing. And TD, all of us will know this term. You know, you don't need a defensive tackle who's light in the ass.
Yep.
Okay. You need a defensive tackle out there that's gonna be ready.
Yeah.
That's gonna have that has that head, that heft, that girth, to be able to get in that middle and make you work for every yard. Your center and your guard should look at CJ West and go, damn, man, not this dude this week.
CJ Dion out. When he was at that presser, he says, yeah, I'm here to hit centers in the mouth.
Yep.
Let them know what's up.
Yeah.
That's my dude right there.
CJ West is a good sleeper one, man, because I think he's going to have a huge impact on our run defense and especially getting to the quarterback. He might have similar impact to what DJ Jones had.
Well, does anybody think what's the possibility of West getting more early down run than Collins? Is there the possibility that Collins is the DT on third down when they're bringing in 3 rushes?
I think they're going to use Collins as a pass rusher.
Well, he could be
I
when
think
it's
Collins
when
more
it's
of a run
Bosa,
stopper.
Yator, and Huff. Collins.
I think because this is the reason why. Number one, CJ West is on the field right now, so he has the opportunity to show them what he has. Collins is not, so that puts you on the back burner, and it always works that way. If you're on the field, that I can show you what I got. If you're not on the field, you're an unknown at this point.
Get on the field.
No disrespect to Collins. I don't know what he'll be at the NFL level because I haven't seen him put on no pads and I haven't seen him hit nobody. But
I throw this caveat in there.
Okay.
As far as Collins is concerned, a second-round pick, what's holding things up a little bit is the fact that it's a couple second-round picks who got fully guaranteed contracts at $11 million. And normally that won't the case, but now every second round pick, all of them, with the exception of 2, it's 30 second round picks saying, hey, teams, no matter where you are, Arizona, Riverdale, wherever, we gonna need that guaranteed money like the other second round people who've gotten their guaranteed money. I think that plays into Collins a little bit, but it's gonna be really good when we go to a Corvette or NASCAR package. I think they will take out Evan Andrews, Evan Anderson, right?
Evan Anderson, yeah. Evan Anderson's the big body.
I think they're going to take him out and bring in our pass rush special who's getting off the ball, Mr. Bryce Huff. You're going to have Collins there. You're going to have CJ West. I almost said CG West because, we're with the great CG Ruthless. And Nick Bosa coming at you downhill, getting into this passer in 1.35 to 2.1 seconds.
You could kick, to that, what's on the screen now, you could kick Yator and Michael inside, right? If you really want to go small and fast and then have both off rush the edge. But, another thing with Collins, too, though, you're talking 6'5", 6'6", with probably like the wingspan of a pterodactyl. So if you got someone pushing that inside, getting those hands up.
And those hands up.
Listen, tip ball
Mark Henry.
Back They're all the same thing. Gets them off the field. Don't matter what it is.
Sir.
So here's my thing with the defensive line. And this is one thing I've been screaming for years, and it drives me insane because you just said it right now, Al. When you're there, if you don't get home, Busta Rhymes, put your hands where my eyes can see. Straight foot,
yeah. If you can't get there, put your hands in the air. Please give me some pass breakups by our defensive line.
Literally, all you gotta do is do
I
that.
couldn't stand.
He can use his hands to deflect that
Eric
shit.
Armstead, how is you 6'7" with a reported 34-inch vertical and they are completing passes over your head?
Yeah, because when I looked at Alfred Collins, he did have a lot of pass deflects.
It's like using a Ferrari to snowplow. What are you doing?
Yeah, it's not gonna work. Yeah. Or it's like buying a Corvette, but all you do is go to CVS and go home. You wasted money. Go get a Nissan Sentra.
Yep.
It's easier.
Yeah,
on
go
that.
ahead.
Don't get a Corvette if you ain't gonna drive it because you're gonna tear the car up.
Get a
Get
Prius.
a Nissan, it might work okay, or a Toyota.
And here's my number one thing. I want them to do that because at a bare minimum, even if you don't hit the ball, you distort the quarterback's vision.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
And that gives the DB or linebacker possibly an opportunity to make a play on the ball. Because now you're throwing and you thought you saw something, but you didn't. Why? Because now somebody's made a move. They've done different things. And I love Renardo Green. I mean, hell, he went to Florida State. That in that of itself. I know TD ain't really gonna care for that. But
they are the second university.
Here we go.
Rough year last
As you
year.
see, the U is right behind me, man.
Dude, I would have been more happy on that draft pick if they didn't pick the Oklahoma State linebacker. They should have picked my boy Danny, man.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm an Oklahoma.
when I look at the draft to me, and here's my I'm gonna give y'all a sleeper. Another sleeper. His last name is Bergen. And he gonna run all over the day, all over special teams.
You call him special teamer?
Oh, you ain't seen that. Let me explain something to you people. If you have not watched Junior Bergen's tape, please watch it. The
Montana State He's broken all the records.
He will kill you in special teams.
Grizzlies, baby.
So
when they kick the ball to that man,
Dion, I'm pulling with you, man. I hope so. We need
you don't get monikers like
that better than a pig knee slop.
Man,
we
gotta
need it, man. But I've been hearing he ain't quite, and it could be nerves. It's the first you're in a professional environment. You stepped up 2 or 3 times. Settle down, feel the punts, and be you.
Listen, it's only been 14 years since a punt return touchdown. I think we got more time to go.
Thank you.
Let's not go nuts.
Gonna get a return touchdown.
Yeah, man, it's been a long time.
I'm gonna tell you this. If Bergen makes the team, I guarantee at least 2 punt return TDs this year. At least 2, at a minimum.
Wow. All right.
If you watch,
clip this up, ladies and gentlemen. Get on the clip. Dion said it.
Clip it.
He has his vision in that punt return game is insane. Yes, it's going to be different because you have NFL punters kicking to you, and these dudes know how to really punt the ball to make it hard to catch.
Yeah.
They do.
I'm hoping
they have different ways that it comes off of their foot, different spots on the ball to kick. Like these punters in the NFL know for a fact that there's ways to make it hard on a return man. But once he gets it down, I think he'll be fine. Me personally, I heard, Jake Moody having this little good time with this little 2-step and all that stuff.
Like Sierra. What 2-step?
At the end of the day, if you make this team, Jake Moody, you better get on that field and you better not miss a kick all year. Because if you miss a kick, I'm going to kick you.
You better lock in.
I'm done. We had several games we could have won last year. If this idiot stopped being Moody and kicked the ball through the uprights. It's not hard.
The comments expressed by Dion do not necessarily reflect those of Tarrerdome.
That is your only job.
if Jake Moody makes the team, then Joseph better be on the practice squad, man. They cannot. I've never seen another team with a kicker on a practice squad put his ass there, and something happens one week, you yank him and you start don't even mess around.
I like that.
Yeah, like he better make those kicks because it's all practice, man. Like you saw Greg Joseph did better in kicking.
Have y'all seen Step Brothers?
Yeah.
Oh, Step Brothers. Yeah, I've seen it.
So let me take you to the end of the movie. Okay. You remember I think it's John Riggleman, Joe Riggleman. I can't remember his name. But he's in there. The guy who's like, "Pah!" That dude.
Okay.
You know what he said to Brennan? He said, you got a really punchable face. I just want to put one in your suck hole. That's how I feel about Jake Moody. He's got a very punchable face. I don't like it.
Like the one where he says, he says, I want to punch that motherfucker.
like I just he just doesn't. It's something about him when he walks around. He just looks scared all the time. Like that's the dude in high school who used to get bullied.
It looks like his helmet is a little too tight. Like remember Nick Mullins? Nick Mullins' helmet his eyes used to bulge a little bit. It's like,
dude, if you had somebody that had to think of my own head, bro, that I would want to pump the motherfucker is Jake Brendel. I want this guy.
Oh, we all know that, CG. That's a foregone conclusion.
Jake Brendel got naked pictures on.
No.
I don't know what it is. The
first person
he got
on Twitter to literally be blocked by Brendel. He was the first person to be blocked by Brendel. Jake Brendel actually purposely.
I got under his skin.
I remember because he retweeted the fact that he was blocked because he kept getting on him week after week. Like, bro, I'm looking at your tape. And here's the thing: when you've played the sport, CG has played offensive line, so he has some kind of knowledge to say, "Hey, bro, I'm looking at your tape. You're not good. Like there's some things you can improve on." And the issue with Jake Brendel is this is happening every week. That people are saying,
I try to correct
everybody, and when the players
help him out and the man blocked you, CG. I didn't know that he blocked you.
Yeah.
You haven't lived until you've been blocked, CG.
Oh no, there's been several people blocked by Brendel. Juice has blocked a couple of people that I know.
Yeah.
Even you know who else blocked me? Mike Silver blocked me, and Grant Cole.
Oh really?
Grant Cole blocked me.
But you know why Mike Silver blocked you? Because Mike Silver loved clickbait. And half the time he ain't telling the truth. So that's why he blocked you, because he mad because you called him out on his lies. 9 times out of 10, Mike Silver is making stuff up.
CG, you have lived. When you get blocked, CG, you doing something right.
Blocked by Grant Cole.
You got blocked by Grant Cone too?
Because I was just being
that's confusing because Grant usually don't block nobody.
I got blocked.
I'll give him that much. He always takes a smoke.
You're in the presence of greatness. A man is known by how many people block him.
It is.
He blocked you. Oh man.
But I think this season
skin a little bit.
Doing something
this season
I got under his skin a lot.
Only one I got blocked by was Angela Bassett. It was because
all I asked him was, why are you making up? Like, why you keep talking about the people who didn't show up in practice? Is that how you do your bad performance, dude? Come on.
So for me, this season, we have the most favorable schedule in the world. The issue is we got so much roster turnover, it's going to be hard to take advantage of it.
A lot of young guys.
We have to see what our offense is going to be doing.
We're going to be literally starting. We're going to be very simplistic with the game plan. We're going to be very simplistic in the implementation of what he's laying down. But you're going to see better playing and better execution as the year goes on. As the year goes on.
Yeah, because because the thing is, we're starting the season. This is technically this is our offensive starters. Okay, you're going to have Jennings and Pearsall. That's your 1 and your 2. Because Jacob Cowing ain't beating out Juwan Jennings. Watkins ain't beating out Juwan Jennings. Like, you have to think about it. Pearsall is the only other person opposite him. And then when it comes to the running back, obviously you have Christian McCaffrey. Fullback is obviously Juice. Our offensive line, technically, right now, is Trent Williams.
Got it. They got Barch.
I think it's Barch. They're gonna pencil. I'm gonna pencil him in. Trent Williams, Ben Barch, Jake Brendel.
Burford, man. He might just
no. Listen to me. I'm telling you right now. I think it's Barch. So Trent Williams, Barch, Brendel, Pooney, and McKivitz.
Yes, sir.
And when it comes to that starting group, you're gonna have to hope that they've gelled enough properly to be good. I did hear what you guys were saying earlier about Barch and how he's injured. Like he randomly get injured. He'll play good for 2 games and next
he will, man. He will show you all pro for a game and a half, and then be like, "Oh, I'm hurt."
But I think Burford will be more trustworthy.
Now here's the issue. We can't tell you who the defensive line starter is going to be because we won't know until day 1. I can tell you right now, we've got so much turnover. The only true starter on that defensive line is Nick Bosa. Outside of that, we don't know who's going to be the starters. With the linebacking core, only true starter we know is Fred Warner, All-Pro Fred, Hall of Fame Fred.
Oh, Fred going to be there.
Yeah, Fred going to be there. And then when it comes to the safeties, at this point, we just got to figure out who the hell going to be on the field.
They got Mustafa there.
We know Jair Brown.
But
we know Jair Brown going to be there.
But obviously he's going to be injured, so you're going to go probably with Jason Pinnock. And if Jair Brown is ready to go, they got him at strong safety. As far as the defensive line, you got Nick Bosa. They got Jordan Elliott in there right now, but CJ West chomping at the bit. Alfred Collins, if he can get his injury right and get the contract right, he'll be in there. And
should be by training camp.
Michael Williams with Bryce Huff coming in on 3rd downs.
Yeah, he's a rope.
Michael into the inside and Alfred Collins onto the other side with Nick Bosa there. That'd be very, very, very nice to me.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I love the way TV says very because he says very.
Very, very nice. Very, very nice. I can see as a defensive guy, I can see and envision this stuff. I haven't seen it on the film yet. We walk by faith and not by sight, but I can vision this would be really, really good to bring a NASCAR package in. I can vision it.
Guys, offense is going to score points. I mean, I'm sorry. The offense is going to move the ball, right? Last year was a shit show and they were still top 4 or 5 in yards. Kyle's going to scheme it together. Whoever's in and out, they just got to finish, right? This can't be this red zone, can't score, settling for field goals nonsense. If they could finish 50% more, and the defense, I mean, the way I broke it down in my head is last year, obviously injuries terrible, bad, 6-11. They still should have been maybe an 8 win team because they had too much talent still remaining. Sorensen responsible directly, special teams for a loss, and injuries for 2 losses.
Those games cost us by special teams.
If Kyle can still dial it up on offense,
and Snyder, I thought they would fire Snyder at the break at the week. I think it was week 8 or week 9. We were talking about they probably gonna let Snyder go week 9.
Sorensen, you mean?
No, Snyder, the special teams guy. I thought they were gonna let him go, and Sorensen, he looked like Beetle gin and juice. I knew that dude could.
He looked like Seymour Skinner if he was running a defense. Bro.
Let me say
like
he was over
fourth or fifth choice, man.
He looked like a surfer guy.
Let me tell y'all what that was, and this is something that unfortunately Kyle does a lot, helping out the homie. You can't always help your friends out. Your friends don't always deserve things. Let me explain something to you, people. When you get famous, you can't take all of the homies you used to mess with.
You can't take the homies, man.
And there are certain things they don't know how to do, and they don't know how to compose themselves in certain situations. So you have to be able to keep the people around you that know how to be able to understand your new circumstances. Man, you cannot get rich and take broke people with you.
I'm invited to the Oscars. I know I can't take Rashid, T-Bone, and Ray Bay with me.
You don't get the juice.
It ain't that kind of party.
It's for me. It's Kyle. Now the other thing I'm gonna give him credit for. One thing I will say is Kyle got a lot of people some jobs now. Kyle got a few people some jobs.
Yeah, they got head coaching jobs.
Nico Ryan's head coach. Robert Saleh head coach. Several of his people that he
Mike McDaniels is still a head coach in Miami.
Yeah, hold on. Several of the people that he gave the moniker of offensive coordinator to wind up with either offensive coordinator jobs at other places or, in the case of Mike McDaniels, like CG said, head coach.
Head coach.
He can
Go ahead,
help
coach
you
him.
get
I can
hired,
put you on.
and he does have connections.
That's one thing.
But that's one thing. That's a good thing about him.
And I appreciate that, Dion. You're giving credit.
Yeah.
Kyle will
I just wish they stay on our
hire.
staff.
You will wind up getting a job
minority
elsewhere,
hires,
and he will hire you.
and some good people who will get
Yes.
to different
Blake
positions.
Kubiak might be
He
a head
will
coach
get
within
you
a couple
down.
years.
He will
See,
help you out.
And I'm gonna tell you this, Al. And once again, people, my comments are my comments. They come from me. They are only me. This has nothing to do with anybody else on the panel. People do not cast these aspersions on any one of these people. This is
Y'all know a doozy get ready to come.
We gotta have that.
Al, I'ma
disclaimer
tell you
right
this.
in the middle there.
It's very simple. Kyle and black quarterbacks are oil and water. They don't mix.
There go. Every time we talk about Kyle,
Don't believe me.
black quarterback.
Don't believe me. Let me say
But
this.
in all
Don't
seriously,
believe
man.
me.
But in all seriously, we
See
got
Donovan
Friday stuff. I gotta
McNabb.
get ready for work.
See
pretty soon,
Trey
man, but I
Lance.
know you guys are
See
pretty good,
RG3. See Josh Dobbs. They don't mix. When we had those injuries last year, why on God's green earth did Brandon Allen start over Josh Dobbs?
Man, that was trash.
I know.
No, hold on. Who proved he can win games, and he was way more
He did put up the
dynamic
stats better
than
than
Brandon
Brandon Allen.
Why on God's green earth did Brandon Allen start over Josh
He
Dobbs?
must have kissed some. You know what?
And
He must
here's-
have kissed
here's
some.
the thing.
You know what?
You do got a
Yeah,
point.
here's the thing.
Brandon Allen's got
I will
eyebrows.
always finish.
Dion, you know
Hold
what
on.
it is? You like Martin on Boomerang, and I'm Eddie Murphy when they're at the pool table. Hold on, you do got a point right there. I gotta give you credit.
Personal
And
foul.
The man had an
thing.
injured finger. His middle finger looked like he had been with a nasty winch the day before. He showed up. Brandon Allen showed up with his finger all taped up. We're like, this guy's got a broken finger, and you got the astronaut sitting on there with
And
his
he's
degrees, more
And
degrees
wait
than
a
the
minute.
thermometer,
wait a
healthy,
minute.
ready to go. And we gonna start Brandon Allen. What are we
If I'm
doing?
not mistaken, didn't the pastor not come in and play fairly well?
He played
I
better
think
when
he
he
did
was
in the game
fine.
that he played. I think he did all right. I think he looked okay. See, here's my thing, and I always say this, and I always follow it up with I tell people this. I will never in my life state that Kyle Shanahan is racist. He is not by any stretch of the imagination. That has nothing to do with it. It's a preference at quarterback, and it's Caucasian, and that's okay. And when people tell me, "Oh, you're wrong," and I give them all those quarterbacks, I said, "Look at it like this: we knew RG3 was Dan Snyder's pick. You know why? Because Kyle and Mike wanted Kirk Cousins, and when he was available in the 5th round, what did they do? They drafted him anyway.
They wanted a guy who fit to their offense, and they didn't see much of RG3.
And that's the thing.
Everybody in the chat, throw up your X's. Put X's in there. Professor Dion X is in the house tonight.
I come with facts, people. Things that can't be disputed. You don't have a way to tell me no.
Dion, the only thing I'll say, I don't know about the Shanahan, Lance, all that stuff. I live in the Northeast, though, so I'm in New Jersey, watch a lot of Giants and Jet games. Unfortunately, when the draft rolled around and they drafted Jackson Dart and Shador was still there, I looked at my buddy and went, there was no way the Giants were going to roll into camp with 3 black quarterbacks. No way.
Al out here being real
Jackson Dart was he was DEI.
CG Ruthless production. Al is being 100 with you.
Dude, and Shador slid in the 5th round? What?
Jackson Dart was
I think
higher.
That's right, bro.
The Giants were the only team in the NFL.
Dude, I was more disappointed at the fact the Raiders didn't even pick Shador
When they
Sanders.
said the New York Giants, I say black quarterbacks in the New York Giants.
That was the time I wanted the Raiders to pick Shador Sanders, and they picked the offensive line. That's what pissed me off.
No, and I think the Giants have never had a black head coach ever, like ever, in their whole history. Never.
No, not a head
never had
coach.
one. You know, we ain't gonna talk about race like that, people. We're not trying to do all that. It's just these are facts. Once again,
it's just
something that we're telling you that's true.
Sometimes it line up, ladies and gentlemen, it line up, and these are facts.
That's the unfortunate truth of things. So for me, it's very simple. Kyle, keep your quarterbacks white. I love it. I'm happy with it. Keep it that way. It doesn't bother me. It truthfully does not. I'm not mad at you. Just don't black quarterbacks. Stay away from Kyle. You know it ain't gonna work. Just be smart. When everybody was like, "Oh man, what would you think about Shadur in San Francisco?" I was like, "Hell no." And they said, "Why?" I said, "Kyle and a black quarterback." No, I want him to stick with Brock Purdy. Now, here's my thing. I'm gonna drop
Curtis Rourke might be his next breakup quarterback.
I'm gonna drop another bomb on
you. Here you go.
If we don't win the Super Bowl in the next 2 years, Robert Saleh's our next head coach. Mark my words.
Or Curtis Rourke will probably be our next up and coming quarterback because it seems like that's the trajectory, right?
Who?
I can believe that.
Curtis Rourke. That's the
I'd rather have Curtis Fitzgerald.
Rourke was nice in college. He was dumb nice. And for the man to play on that all year.
Is that the Maple? What's it? Mississippi Maple or the?
No, he's Indiana. He's a Hoosier. He's
Canadian, ain't he?
Indiana, yeah.
The Maple Canada. He's from where Christian Cage is from.
Okay, I thought
he's from Canada. He's from Kitchener, Canada, which is that.
That's it. Yeah. They call him the Maple Missile. The Maple. He played with it.
He's from up north.
He's from up
His
north.
Brother plays for the CFL.
He's from up there with Drake. You know, the light skinned crew.
Oh, so he's probably walking around the locker room, eh?
No, but his brother plays for the CFL.
The Maple Missile.
Hey, Kyle, that was a great call, eh?
I'm gonna throw you a pass,
I got French Canadian people in my family, so I can say that. All right, so I can say that and get away with it.
You know, Vanity was from Canada back.
Hey, look,
I interviewed a French Canadian.
Vanity was a beautiful tragedy. A beautiful tragedy. That's what I call Vanity. She was a beautiful tragedy because, unfortunately, drugs got her early and took her life a little bit later. That's why I call her the beautiful tragedy. Because look, I'm an 80s baby. I'm born in 81. Okay.
I was 13.
I knew who Vanity was. Okay. I knew who Apollonia was.
What do you know about Apollonia? You don't know her last name. Apollonia Cotero.
Oh,
I'm not looking this up right now.
To end this, bro? We pretty much had a long day, bro. I gotta get ready for work.
No, I got one quick question though for Dion and for Tarrerdome. Vanity was in Action Jackson, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
And she was the main person in Last Dragon. She was
Last Dragon with
Yes.
Bruce Leroy in
one of the greatest movies ever made.
Show Enough is one of the greatest characters. Everybody, shout out and get on Twitter. Show Enough was the dude, man. He was the ultimate villain, wasn't he? Converse, Bruce Leroy.
Beat that.
Shout out to Show Enough. He passed away.
He was great. Hey, look, that line will live in infamy. Kiss my Converse.
Kiss my Converse.
I'm telling you, man, you couldn't. Nobody forgets stuff like that.
Man,
yes, shout out to what was it? James
who did the score? I think Quincy Jones did the score. Vanity. Somebody did it.
Yeah, no, that was a great movie. But hey man, CG says he's got to get ready for work. I do appreciate y'all for having me.
Man, you know how we do. I hope I made up for last week, CG. Hey man, it was wonderful seeing you. Finally meeting you there, Al. And Dion, you know how we go. I'll be on tomorrow morning at 12 Eastern. I'll have Wolfie with me, and I'm getting ready to move over there. We're gonna watch the end of the basketball game with Indiana and Indiana Pacers and the Oklahoma City Thunder. So if y'all want to follow me on over there, I'm ready to jump on with my man.
Check out Quarters Plus podcast. Go check out Nighter Game podcast, man. But hey, Dion, let me ask you
right now, 79-76 in the third quarter with 5:40 left.
Get ready to be a barn burner.
You want to return back to this show on a weekly basis? I can give you an exception.
CG, you got my number, baby. Holla at me.
All right.
I won't be available next Wednesday like this. I'll be available on Tuesday because I work every other Wednesday.
That's one to Tuesday?
And every other Tuesday or Thursday or Friday. I do Fridays every other Friday. or every other Wednesday. That's how I roll.
Yeah, I'm always available, CG, after I want to say after about 5. Because usually when I get off work, I gotta hit the gym. You know what I'm saying? I'm 44. I gotta stay fit, man.
Oh man, I 44 44 is in the rear view mirror for me and getting smaller.
Now look, TD, though it's getting smaller on you, brother. You know what I'm saying? You know black don't crack now, baby.
Relative to what
you still look 44, brother.
The objects appearing in the mirror do look
a little like you in your 30s, man. Late 30s. Come on, Tarrerdome. You look like
TD, man. You already know you got that youth, brother.
You got that cool voice.
And Al, anytime you want to do a show, man,
like you're still in your 30s.
Me up, brother. I'm always
likewise, man. Great meeting you guys. A lot of fun.
Same here.
And I'm subscribing to 49ers Plus podcast, right? That's
likewise. Yeah,
everybody on all the Golden Domers, y'all pound them and show him some love, man. Increase that man's revenue.
What do you do on a weekly show, man, so they can follow you? And
maybe tomorrow. Now that OTAs are over, I'm trying to do once a week until we get into training camp. Then maybe go twice a week, but usually midweek. Just couldn't do it today. Maybe tomorrow.
All right, man. But for Dion, what you got this week coming up, man?
I'm just hanging with y'all right now. I'll probably, get up on a couple of articles and probably do something maybe Saturday, just to, go ahead and put a little bit of content out there. I've just been doing shorts, and I've been actually doing it on all of the NFL. I gave everybody, who's going to be, winners and losers in their divisions. I'm definitely coming back with more of those. To be able to just kind of boost the channel, it helps. And then I'll be talking about every division, because in our division, to be honest with you, best quarterback is Matthew Stafford. We know that. It is what it is. And I know a lot of people are like, what about Brock Purdy? I'm like, I'm gonna tell you right now, the Rams are the only threat to us. We don't know what Sam Darnold will be in Seattle.
Yeah.
And we already know Arizona, they're gonna fall on their face at some point.
First half, they look like a damn good team, and then the second half,
they got the little Oompa Loompa as a quarterback over there.
They got a guy that runs like a kid.
And people out there, I would say this again.
Quick though, man.
He look like prime Michael Vick out there.
Kyler Murray is 5'8" at best.
We make him look like Mike Vick.
I stood next to the man. He is not that damn tall. So don't let people fool you into thinking he ain't that damn tall. He's short. That's why you see people
quick as a hiccup, man.
Oh no, that boy fast. That boy fast. That boy good.
I just had a show on Friday with one of my guys, but that's pretty much it for the week. I'm mostly going to do TikTok videos, and then until next week, we'll do something too.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right, guys, we have a good one. We'll look forward to next week, man. Want me to add you to the chat room on Twitter?
In advance, I'm shouting out all the fathers out there. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. Mama get all the good music and all the good songs. And, when the kid, you know, coach the kid up all his life, he gets on TV, scores the touchdowns, get to the sideline, say, thanks, Mom. Hi, Mom. Father's Day, man. Shout out to all y'all. Father's Day.
Hey, look, we have to do stuff like that, because at the end of the day, we get neglected. We do.
Yeah.
If you look, let me just say this before we go, CG. Oh, Saturday. Hey, happy birthday to you, Jerry. Happy early birthday to you. Hey, let me tell you, Mother's Day. Oh, you see people everywhere on the corners selling stuff.
Piccadilly.
The store's got a whole section. The flowers, everything. Father's Day, man, we get like a 4-foot section in the store. Ain't nobody selling us a damn thing.
Man,
we just
enjoying the pair of socks.
You get an ugly necktie and maybe some golf balls.
And I'll be looking at I've already told my children, don't give me no damn tie. You give me a tie, I'm gonna slap you with it. Literally. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take that tie and I'm gonna take the small end and I'm gonna bring it around like Pootie Tang and hit you in the face with it. And I'm gonna say, what a tie.
Ain't nobody beat nobody like my man Pootie Tang.
That is.
Fuck with. All right, man. Let's call it a day, bro. We're having a good time. We'll look forward to next week, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, my